Ready to test your knowledge? Let's see how much you know. Let's start with the easy questions. Let's see if you know this one. Who was the first U.S. president? Lincoln, Jefferson, Washington, or Adams? Boom, correct. Time for the next question. Which empire built the Colosseum? Greek, Ottoman, Persian, or Roman? That's the right one. Are you ready for this? In what year did World War II end? 1943, 1947, 1944, or 1945? There's the correct answer. Think you know the answer. Who discovered America? Magellan, Columbus, Vespucci, or Drake? Boom, there you go. You might know this one. Which country built the Great Wall? Japan, Korea, China, or Mongolia? That's the right one. Here's a fun one. Who was the first man on the moon? Gagarin, Glenn, Aldrin, or Armstrong? There we go. Here comes another one. In what year did World War I begin? 1916, 1914, 1918, or 1912? Did you pick the right choice? Here's another challenge, Which pharaoh built the Great Pyramid? Ramses, Tutankhamun, Nefertiti, or Khufu? That's it. Let's see if you're ready for this. Who was Hitler's country of origin? Germany, Prussia, Switzerland, or Austria? Spot on. Don't overthink it. Capital of the Roman Empire: Athens, Rome, Carthage, or Alexandria? Boom! That's the answer. Now let's move on to the medium level. Bet you didn't see this coming. Which war was fought between North and South U.S.? Revolution War, Civil War, Spanish War, or Indian War? Correct. Let's see how you do. Who was the first female ruler of Egypt? Nefertiti, Cleopatra, Hatshepsut, or Isis? Did you get it? This one's coming in hot. In which city was the Titanic built? London, Glasgow, Liverpool, or Belfast? That's the one to remember. Another tough one coming. Which country was Napoleon from? France, Corsica, Italy, or Spain? Perfect answer. How fast can your brain process this next one? Who was the longest reigning British monarch? Victoria, George III, Elizabeth II, or Henry VIII? That was the key. Enjoying the quiz? Smash that subscribe and like button. Which empire was the largest in history? Roman, Mongol, Ottoman, or British? There's your answer. Think carefully about this. In what year did the Berlin Wall fall? 1991, 1985, 1989, or 1987? That's how it's done. Let's see how sharp you are. Who led the Cuban Revolution? Guevara, Batista, Allende, or Castro? Did your answer match? Here we go again. Which country gave women the vote first? USA, UK, Australia, or New Zealand? You either knew it or you didn't. This one's a classic. Who assassinated Archduke Franz Ferdinand? Lenin, Princip, Bismarck, or Rasputin? And the winner is... Let's see if you can handle the hard level. Lock it in! Don't miss this one. Which ancient wonder was in Alexandria? Colossus, Lighthouse, Mausoleum, or Artemis Temple? And that's confirmed. This one's sneaky. Which war lasted 100 years? Crusades, 100 Years' War, 30 years, or Napoleonic? Sharp, that's the one. Let's see if you can handle this one. Who was the first emperor of China? Qin Shi Huang, Wu Zetian, Kublai Khan, or Sun Yat-sen? Did you get this one right? Here comes the next challenge. In what year did the Roman Empire fall? 410 AD, 376 AD, 455 AD, or 476
Right answer, right there.
AD? Another one coming your way. Which country invented gunpowder? India, Arabia, Japan, or China? That's another point. Stay sharp on this one. Who was the first Tsar of Russia? Peter I, Ivan IV, Alexander I, or Nicholas II? And that is a wrap for this one. Make sure to subscribe and drop a thumbs up if you're still alive. Which battle ended Napoleon's rule? Austerlitz, Trafalgar, Waterloo, or Borodino? Right on the money. Don't second guess yourself. What was the first artificial satellite? Explorer 1, Vostok 1, Luna 1, or Sputnik 1? That one has tripped up so many people. Here's your next question. Which country first abolished slavery? USA, Haiti, UK, or France? That one's harder than it looks. Let's test that knowledge. Who was the youngest US president? JFK, Clinton, Obama, or Roosevelt? Most people miss this one. Now for the expert level. Let's see if you can handle this. This is where it gets brutal. Which civilization invented the wheel? Egyptian, Roman, Sumerian, or Greek? Only true geniuses got that right. This one's going to test your limits. How long did the 100 Years' War last? 100 years, 95 years, 116 years, or 112 years? And that is how you close it out. You're on a roll, keep going. Who served more than 2 terms as US president? Lincoln, Wilson, Truman, or FDR? Not many people get this right. Trust your gut on this one. Which country had the first written constitution? France, UK, Greece, or USA? And that's the final word. Let's Let's keep pushing forward. What was the deadliest war in history? World War I, Civil War, Mongol Wars, or World War II? That's the expert answer. This is where it gets brutal. Which empire lasted the longest? Roman, Byzantine, Ottoman, or Chinese? Only true geniuses got that right. Here comes a real test. Who was the first female prime minister? Thatcher, Mir, Bandaranaike, or Gandhi? That one's for the sharpest minds. Here's your final challenge. In what year was the Magna Carta signed? 1066, 1215, 1189, or 1302? That really kept me on the edge of my seat. Here's one more for you. Which city was buried by Mount Vesuvius? Herculaneum, Syracuse, Pompeii, or Naples? You're making this look like a walk in the park. Here's one you'll want to get right. Who was the last Aztec emperor? Moctezuma I, Itzcoatl, Cuauhtémoc, or Moctezuma II? That's how the experts do it. How many did you get right? Drop your score in the comments. Less than 20, write fire. Between 20 and 29, write strong. And if you got all 30 correct, write crown.